right, I definitely want to see Bwipo versus Summit. I feel like that is certainly the most interesting part of Cloud9 versus TL right now is Bwipo versus Summit. Like, we want to see if Bwipo is able to match Summit in lane, or if Summit is just going to run over every top laner. I think the only person left that could potentially match into Summit would be Bwipo. So that's the interesting part. You have Renata banned first versus TL from C9 here. Interesting. I wanted to see a Tom Kench ban, and then a Zillion ban 4-5. But yeah, I wanted to see a Tom Kench ban into CoreJJ, because he seems really good at the champion. I mean, there's a couple players that I think are really strong. Okay, so they banned the Zill actually really early. I wonder if C9 is going to pick Tom Kench again. They played it yesterday, but it didn't actually look that good. Who's going to be my prediction? I'm going to predict C9 for this game. Jace and Gnar, dude. Who else bans Jace, Gnar first 3? What the f? Bro, Summit just commands that much respect. Winsome is running it back with the Tom Kench. So he is not deterred by running it down yesterday. This guy does not give a f. He's back at it. I don't want to see Winsome Tom Kench again. I don't really want to either, but I can respect when a player, you know, has enough confidence to be like, yeah, I just had a game, but I'm not actually the champion. If it's good here, we'll pick it. And it's good here, right? Like, you want to be playing Tom Kench into something like Nautilus. You want to play Tom Kench into Leona, into Nautilus, these types of champions. So it makes sense. And they're running it back. Zeri. Wow, so they do actually end up going Zeri here. We'll see. I mean, the thing about Zeri and Ryze together is I feel like they're a little bit outranged now. I mean, Zeri can poke, but I think it might be difficult for them to get through it. So Diego, okay. I mean, it's technically a flex for TL, but I think it will probably just end up going jungle for Santorin. Tons of jungle bans, like absolutely insane amounts of jungle bans. I mean, the pick here that I think would be pretty decent right now would be, I mean, I don't think it would be pretty decent, but the most popular pick up for jungle right now would be probably Jarvan. Trundle is not bad because you have a Nautilus ult. Nautilus has to then run Glacial Augment for sure into it, but yeah, okay. Summit's on the Tryndamere. Gragas is banned. It's not like a super valuable Malphite game, and the Trundle actually is really good with the Tryndamere because it kind of blocks the Malphite. You don't really want to go Malphite into a Trundle. So let's see if there's a different pick. I mean, range top laners, that's what's supposed to be good into Tryndamere. You saw what Summit did with the Gnar, which is, I mean, similar to how Vayne is going to lane into the trend, where you just auto him. If he ever dashes in, you dash back. So this matchup I think is actually kind of hard. This is kind of hard. Also, like, Jax has a bunch of defensive stats when he presses ult. If you ult early on Jax and Trundle steals your stats, it feels really bad. You're feeding him stats. So I don't think that this is that easy of a matchup. I think in the past, people considered Jax as a hard counter to Trend. But as Tryndamere players got better and they started just playing for, like, poking in lane, like, they just auto-E back off, and then, like, you know, just slowly whittle down the Jax. And people got better at Tryndamere and stop just like autoing into the dodge. I think that the matchup is actually not that good for Jax. If anything, it would be like slightly favorable. All right, we'll start timer at 110. Oh my god, CoreJJ just sees Blabber insta flashes, bro. He tries to break the record that Jizuke has set with the fastest death ever in the history of League of Legends at like 32 seconds or something. It looks like the wave is actually pushing back to him now because of the trade. I mean, this is kind of the thing about Jax. If Jax wants to like win the trade with Summit, then he ends up pressing E, and then his E will push the wave. So Summit might just look to like poke Bwipo, get him to use the E, and then that will push the wave. Okay, Summit's getting some good autos in. He hasn't used his pot yet, and Bwipo's just completely out of corrupting potions. So that's pretty much what we said earlier about the out sustain from Tryndamere. Like, this is why I think the matchup is like actually not that bad anymore.
Bwipo kind of slowly getting whittled down. He does have the biscuits, but he's
wait, maybe the matchup was just never actually that bad for Trend, and people were just apes on Tryndamere. They had to only go forward in every situation. Bwipo's gonna have his E. It's not gonna be that easy of a dive. I don't really like Blabber tanking. Blabber tanking is criminal. Wait, why is Blabber the one? I mean, I guess it ends up working, but like, I don't know. I mean, Blabber has no flash, so by him tanking, he's guaranteed dead. And Torin's invading. Bjergsen's here. Core's here. I mean, they can't dive the Trynd. Trynd has ulti. I mean, okay, they're gonna try to 4-man dive him, but he has ulti. I don't know if this is the play. I mean, I guess it's gonna work. I mean, if they have 4 people and literally no one responds, I guess it works. I mean, okay. I mean, I figured that somebody would respond in some way, like late follow it or something, but I guess not. All right, that's really good. That's super good for TL. All right, the whole squad is here. Winsome is up a level. I think this is actually pretty good. When Winsome's up a level, like, this should be theoretically pretty solid. All right, and Blabber should just ulti Bwipo here, and they should focus Bwipo. Yep, Bwipo's dead. Summit's still autoing. I don't know what they are doing. I think they're just inting the whole game. Summit's just like unleashed. This is literally a 4v5 that they're just winning. Okay. That's like game for C9. They get plate spot. Summit gets back into the game. Blabber's really strong. I think Blabber did ult Bwipo there. I mean, he should be ulting Bwipo. Bwipo gives him so many free stats right now. If Bwipo presses ult and has Warden's Mail, it's actually so doomed for them. Definitely needs people here to help him catch this wave. He needs the homies to hang out. He needs Blabber to stay.
Kind of reduces your reliance on the flash, which is one of the problems Tryndamere often has in teamfight, is you're so reliant on the flash against any champion that has dash. But they're going for Bwipo now. Nice counter strike.
Bwipo has used the counter strike. He's got the stun, but now he's got to be.
They don't have. Yeah, they should just back off this. Blabber's flash for Bwipo's flash. Ulti used. I think it's pretty good. I mean, once they get low like this, this is pretty good for Summit's lane. Yeah, now I think everything is just doomed. Bwipo just completely griefed. So this is insanely good for C9. They're going to break the whole turret here. This is so big. I'm fighting. They lost totally. I mean, that was a pretty bad fight, bro. They lost a 4v5 where they moved everyone. And it's just like the classic thing, bro. I see this so often where teams don't realize when the enemy support is level 6 how fucking big that is.
They're gonna look for a dive on bot side. He doesn't quite have the ulti though.
Core JJ and stopwatch. Summit's gonna be tanking some damage, but Core JJ.
Summit's got to be careful.
Summit, he's gone.
Yeah, this is really bad. This is really bad. Summit had no ult for this. Jax is freezing top during this, so it looks like he started to push. But yeah, this was obviously really bad. And then you're giving a shutdown to the Viego. But yeah, looked like Ryze was playing to move, which is generally how it's gonna go. You know, Ryze doesn't want to just sit there and farm with the Victor. Ryze wants to do stuff on the map. They have Tahm Kench right next to Fudge, so should be fine. I think this overall will be pretty good for C9. It looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks really good now. Yep. I mean, that was well played by C9. They just played correctly. Fudge standing in front, knowing he has a Tahm Kench. Winsome played that correctly, ate him on time. Like, well played. Well played from C9. Not much to say about it. Elaborate on why Triforce is better than Sunder. I don't even think Triforce is theoretically super good here. I think that this is generally a Sunderer game if the items were balanced equally, but I don't think the items are balanced equally. I think that just at least, oh man, Fudge, what are you doing? You saw this guy here, that they just, bro, they saw him here and he just gave the shutdown. That's actually huge. Now Bwipo is in pretty good position again. I think Triforce is just a better item than Sunder. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Start fighting for Baron or third Drake. I mean, I think that in this case, the Drake is so late that you you definitely fight Baron. You can definitely fight third Drake. I mean, like you can if you want to, but I think that TL wants to get something accomplished before third Drake spawns. Like, this is where you want to be able to do something with your Ryze and your Jax. Shaping up to be a really long game. Yeah, I think so. I mean, we'll have to see this decision, right? Because C9 is going to be, they want to get this third Drake for free. Like, they're going to have a soul win condition, but TL wants to do something on the other side of things. Like TL wants, oh, Bwipo actually trolled here super hard. Oh, Bwipo just like completely griefed the entire game. Oh my god, he queued in on the ward, so he didn't have Q to get out, and then he was greeting his flash super hard. So now C9 just gets Baron. Yeah, C9 gets Baron and they get Drake. All right, let's see if they are able to steal. I like this from Winsome, by the way. Like, honestly, like people will say that looks troll. I think that's so fucking good from your support. Why are you gonna ever risk anything, bro? How important is Winsome's flash? His flash isn't important. He's just gonna be positioning next to carries and eating them. Flash over, force the enemy jungler out of there. Like, you can actually win the 1v1 at this point with Tahm Kench because he still has his eat up, right? Like, he can actually win with Ignite as Tahm Kench. Just force the other guy out of there. Do that. He's confident enough to be like, yeah, just pick me it again. Like, I'll just play better this time. He's also just performing. All right, let's see the Blabber E. Oh, nope. Doesn't get it. Also, what did Bwipo just do? Bwipo just tried to solo dive Berserker. Berserker just healed and killed him. I mean, I don't know if that's it. That seems a little weird. It's like Bwipo just didn't have patience. He just lost his mind. Also, that was a pretty clean rocket from Berserker there as well. I mean, game's like completely doomed off Bwipo getting caught. They're just having Blabber catch this wave. I like this. I actually like this. I think C9 was actually in a pretty tough spot. I would have loved to see what happened if Bwipo didn't run it down. I would have loved to see them play that like slow game. Oh, they're just ending. They're ending while they perma-stall. Game's over. They played really well. Like, overall, I mean, that's a really good game for Cloud9. I think you could be happy with that one as a C9 fan. Blabber won with invention number 57. Anathema's Chains. GGTL. Anathema's is really good on Trundle. Also, like, what is Bwipo doing, bro? What is Bwipo doing, bro? He lost his fucking mind.